My name's Jamie Spencer. I've been working full time for 22 years as a school based occupational therapist. I have a very full life as a busy toddler mama and wife, running my small but mighty business as an OT entrepreneur, and advocating for equality for school based occupational therapists everywhere. I am in the trenches with you. I'm working full time in a school, and I know what it's like to be overwhelmed and inundated with work at times. And my mission in life and my mission with these Motor Monday videos is to help you to help your kids. Today's Motor Monday is about the BOT-2, also known as the BOT-2. The BOT-2 is just one of a few different assessments that look at visual motor integration. I'm also going to be talking about the VMI, the DVPT-3, and the TVMS-3. Lots of numbers we have here, but today we are all about the BOT. The bot comes in a complete kit. There are a lot of materials to it, so it comes in its own carrying case. It's a little cumbersome, but that's because it assesses so many different things. Before we get started talking about the BOT-2, I wanted to just make an offer and let you know I do have a blog post on my website and a free handout about how to explain children's scores to parents. So, this is an awesome handout that I like to use at annual review time when I'm going over my testing with parents. Sometimes the percentiles, the standard scores, composites, and scaled scores, it can all be a little intimidating, especially if you don't understand the language. So, I love to recommend this handout and bring it with me when I'm talking about the child's scores with the parent so they can see firsthand with a visual of where their child's scores lie. So you can get this handout for free at my blog post, missjamieot.com/scores. The BOT-2 is good for kids ages 4 to 21. So you can use it with your preschool kids and some of your kindergartners who are still 4, as well as the rest of your school clientele, all the way up to the age of 21, which is awesome. The BOT-2 has 4 different composites with 8 different subtests. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that right here. So these 4 subtests, fine motor precision, fine motor integration, manual dexterity, and upper limb coordination, these are the 4 subtests that I always use. As an OT, I use these 4 subtests, which give me 2 composite scores, fine manual control and manual coordination. The other 4 subtests are very commonly used by physical therapists. So that's a cool thing about the BOT-2. It's good for OTs and PTs to use. The PTs frequently use these 4 subtests: bilateral coordination, balance, running speed and agility, and strength. And they end up with 2 composite scores: body coordination and strength and agility. The fine motor precision and the fine motor integration subtests are paper pencil tasks. And the first one, fine motor precision, is really looking at a child's ability to control their pencil. This is similar to the motor coordination subtest of the VMI or the eye hand coordination subtest of the DVPT. The second subtest, fine motor integration, it really looks at visual motor integration. So it's confusing that it's called fine motor integration, but most of these assessments do use different terms interchangeably. So the child has to look at pictures and then copy them. And this is similar to the VMI, and it's also pretty similar to the copying subtest of the DVPT. This is what the scoring sheet looks like. For the fine motor integration subtest, you are going to be scoring each shape based on different things. So you can see here the different columns. When the child copies a circle, you're going to assess and give them a point for basic shape, closure, edges. For the circle, we skip orientation and overlap, but then you go to overall size. So for each shape, you're going to be scoring them on these different components, which is good because you can see if the child makes a lot of errors in one particular area or not, but it can be time consuming. And when you're first learning the BOT-2, I think there's definitely a learning curve to it. It takes a little bit of practice. The book is great, though, however, it does give you a lot of input as to exactly how to score it. The second two subtests that I give when I do the BOT-2 are the manual dexterity subtest and the upper limb coordination subtest. Now, these are not paper pencil subtests, they are hands on. And what's great about that is you can really assess a lot of other things while the child is participating in these test tasks. So, some of the things in the manual dexterity subtest are they're timed. The child has 15 seconds to perform the motor task. And this is really fun for a lot of children, which is great because it's motivating. It makes it easy to establish a rapport with a child. You can see here this blue mat. The child has to pick up a penny, hand it to their other hand, and put it in a bowl. And they have to do as many as they can as fast as they can. And you can really observe a lot during this subtest. You can see if the child is fumbling, if they have difficulty crossing midline, if they have difficulty using their two hands together in a coordinated manner. The other picture here is a pegboard task, and the child has to put as many pegs into the pegboard as they can, as fast as they can in 15 seconds. So those are two of the timed tasks that are on the manual dexterity subtest. On the upper limb coordination subtest, it's really looking at ball skills. So the child has a tennis ball. They have to do things like throw at a target, dribble, catch with one hand, catch with two hands, and it all goes into one score for the upper limb coordination. So these are the pros and cons of the BOT-2 according to Miss Jamie OT. The pros are that this assessment is good for both OTs and PTs to use. So if you're a school district or a clinic and you have a limited evaluation tool budget, although this tool is expensive, it's good and can be used by the occupational therapist as well as the physical therapist. So that's great. It is motivating and fun. The timed challenges, the kids love it. They have a good time. They don't even realize that they're taking some kind of a test. What I like about the BOT-2 is it looks at actual skills. I want to see how a child picks things up. I want to see how they hold them. How do they use their two hands together? And by watching them do these assessments, I can really see those types of things. It also looks at multiple areas of skills. It's not just looking at pencil control or copying. It's also looking at their ability to manipulate things and their ability to manipulate a ball or throw at a target. It gives you a good overview of what the child really can do. And as I said before, I find it very easy to observe other things throughout this assessment. Like I said, we can see how the child's bilateral skills are, if they have any difficulty crossing midline, if they are slow moving. It shows a lot of other things besides just what the scores look at. The cons of the BOT-2, in my opinion, are that there's no assessment of visual perceptual skills. So if I do the BOT-2 with a student, I generally will also do a visual perceptual assessment, such as the MVPT-4 or the three visual perceptual subtests from the DVPT. The BOT-2 hasn't been updated since 2005, so it's due for an update. It can be difficult for children with a slow work pace to get a good score. So, although the child might be functional, maybe they are functional at stringing beads, if they have a slow work pace, their score will be lower because they only have 15 seconds to get the tasks done. The BOT-2 is definitely one of the more expensive assessments for occupational and physical therapists. It's about $600. So that's a lot. Although, as I said before, it can be used for OT and PT. And it's cumbersome. So you do have a lot of materials to carry around, but it does come in an easy carrying case. So that helps when you are a busy OT who's carrying lots of things from building to building. Don't forget to get my free handout. Check out my blog post about how to explain children's test scores to parents. I think it has a lot of really simple, easy visuals that are great for explaining exactly what you mean when you're telling a parent how their child scored. And you can get that at missjamieot.com/scores. And it comes in just a free printable that you can either email to the parents while they're looking at it, or you can go over it with them in person if you're meeting with them that way. That's my BOT-2 video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please share it with a friend, pin it, share it on Instagram and Facebook, and let all your friends know. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.